Hey, so we are talking about night 2 of the presidential debates for the Democratic candidates. If you haven't seen night 1 yet, prepare yourself for tonight's debate by going back and watching that video, and then this video will cover night 2, July 31st. First candidate is Joe Biden. He was born November 20th, 1942. He is 76 years old, and he was born in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Yes, Dunder Mifflin. His education includes a bachelor's degree from the University of Delaware, a law degree from Syracuse University in 1968, and he was an attorney from 1968 to 1970, until in 1970 to 1972 he became a Newcastle County councilman. He served on the Senate Judiciary Committee from 1987 to 1995, and International Narcotics Control Caucus Chair from 2007 to 2009. He also was the Senate Foreign Relations Committee from 2007 to 2009 and a senator from Delaware from 1973 to 2009. And of course, what he is known for is being the 47th Vice President of the United States under Obama from 2009 to 2017. Years in public service, he has been here 44 years. As the Vice President, Biden oversaw infrastructure spending aimed at counteracting the Great Recession and helped formulate U.S. policy toward Iraq through the withdrawal of U.S. troops in 2011. His ability to negotiate with congressional Republicans helped the Obama administration pass legislation such as the Tax Relief, Unemployment Insurance Reauthorization, and Job Creation Act of 2010, which resolved the taxation deadlock. The Budget Control Act of 2011, which resolved the year's debt ceiling crisis, and the American Taxpayer Relief Act of 2012, which addressed the impending fiscal cliff. He is responsible for tripling the federal funding for low-income schools and is calling for a climate action plan built off the Green New Deal. The next candidate is Kamala Harris. Kamala was born October 20th, 1964. She's 54 years old and was born in Oakland, California. She has a Bachelor of Arts for Political Science and Economics from Howard University in 1986. She has a law degree from University of California, Hastings College of Law in 1989, and she has been a Deputy District Attorney for Alameda County. From 1990 to 1998, she was a managing attorney of Career Criminal Unit of the San Francisco District Attorney's Office in 1998, and a district attorney of San Francisco from 2004 to 2011. She served as a prosecutor and an attorney general of California from 2011 to 2016. She was also, or is also, a U.S. Senator of California. She began that in 2007 and is currently still holding the position. She's been in public service for roughly 15 years. She's known for being the African-American woman first to serve as a California senator. She's also the first African-American and Asian-American woman to become Attorney General to California. She co-sponsored the Reunite Act and the Marijuana Justice Act and introduced the Lift the Middle Class Act and the Access to Counsel Act. And in her debate platforms, she will be pushing for middle-class tax cut called the LIFT Act, reducing cash bail, and election security. She also pushes for racial disparity against racial disparity in maternal mortality and Medicare for all, although she has just changed that position just hours before the debates to a position that she's calling for privatization of Medicare. So that's Kamala Harris, and then we have Tulsi Gabbard, who is currently in a $50 billion lawsuit against Google. She was born April 12, 1981. She's 38 years old. She was born in Mahoutsi County in Tutila, if I'm saying that right, I'm wrong, I'm sorry, and the American Samoa Islands. She was homeschooled through her through high school, except for 2 years at a Christian missionary academy for girls in the Philippines. She has a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Hawaii Pacific University, which she obtained in 2009. She has been the Hawaii legislative aide to Senator Daniel Akaka from 2006 to 2007. She was a company commander in the Hawaii Army National Guard from 2003 to the present. And she was the House Representative of Hawaii from 2002 to 2004, Honolulu City Council from 2010 to 2012. She was U.S. Representative from Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District from 2013 to the present. She has about 17 years public service, and she's known to be the youngest person elected to public office in Hawaii history at 21 years old, and she served in a field medical unit for 2 tours of deployment in Iraq in 2005. And she's the first Hindu member of U.S. Congress. She introduced the Helping Heroes Fly Act in 2014, Off Fossil Fuels Act, and then Securing America's Election Act. She's going to be pushing for anti-interventionist, economic populist, and a campaign finance reform. Our next candidate is Kristen Gillibrand. She was born December 9th, 1966. She's 52 years old. She was born in Albany, New York. She has a Bachelor of Arts in Asian Studies, which she studied in Beijing and China from Dartmouth College in 1988, and she has a law degree from 1991 at the School of Law at UCLA. She's been a law clerk for Judge Roger Minor of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in 1990, an associate attorney at Davis, Polk & Wardwell from 1991 to 2000, and she served on Hillary Clinton's campaign in 2000. She's a special counsel to the HUD Secretary Andrew Cuomo in 2000 as well, and the attorney for Boies, Schiller, and Flexner from 2001 to 2005. She's held elective offices that include U.S. House of Representatives 2007 to 2009, U.S. Senator, filling Hillary Clinton's seat in New York from 2009 to the present. She's best known for introducing $10 million climate change proposal. She's an advocate for Me Too movement, calling for the first senator to call for the resignation of Senator Al Franken after that scandal, and then she was she pushed for the Congressional Harassment Reform Act of 2017. She's also pushed for and got passed into law in 2013 the Military Justice Improvement Act. She will be running on platforms of sexual assault awareness and reform, as well as support for the Green New Deal. Cory Booker was born April 27, 1969. He's 50 years old. He was born in Washington, D.C. He has a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science from Stanford University in 1991, a Master of Arts in Sociology from Stanford University in 1992, and he's a Rhodes Scholar from Oxford University in 1994. He followed on to get his law degree in 1997 from Yale Law School. He has been a staff attorney at Urban Justice Center in New York 1997, a partner at Booker, Rabowitz, Trink, Lubitkin, Tolley, DePasquale, and Webster from 2002 to 2006. Newark City Councilman from 1998 to 2002, Mayor of Newark, New Jersey from 2006 to 2013, and a U.S. Senator from New Jersey from 2013 to the present. He's been in public service for about 21 years, and he's best known for his First Step Act and racial and social justice advocacy. He pushed for the Emergency Information Act of 2015 and the 9/11 Memorial Act. He will be running on platforms of cap and trade taxation, creating federal job guarantees and baby bonds, and advocating for the end of war on drugs. Julio Castro. He was born September 16, 1974. He's 44 years old and was born in San Antonio, Texas. He has a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Communication in 1996 and a law degree from Harvard School of Law 2000. He was a White House intern in 1994, an attorney at Akin, Gump, Strauss, Hauer, and Feld from 2000 to 2002, and he was a councilman representing District 7 of the San Antonio City Council from 2005 He was mayor of San Antonio from 2009 to 2014, and the Secretary of HUD from 2014 to 2017. He was a distinguished fellow in the International Trade Policy of the LBJ School of Public Affairs in 2017, and he's been in service for about 18 years in the public, and he's best known for delivering his keynote speech at the 2012 DNC as the first Latino to do so. He will be pushing for reformation of HUD and enabling them to stabilize the housing market, and he wants to rebuild communities struck by natural disaster through a $1 billion national disaster resilience competition, expansion of lead safety protections and federally assisted housing, and the affirmatively furthering fair housing rule to finally fulfill the full obligation of the Fair Housing Act. He pushes for Medicare for all, universal pre-K, and a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. The next candidate is Bill de Blasio. He was born May 8, 1961. De Blasio is 58 years old, and he was born in Manhattan, New York, New York. He has a Bachelor of Arts in Metropolitan Studies from New York University, a Master of International Affairs from Columbia University School of International and Public Affairs, as a Harry S. Truman Scholar in 1981. He is a regional director of the U.S. HUD during Clinton administration in 1997 and 98. He managed Hillary Clinton's successful 2000 senatorial campaign in New York, New York, as a city advocate in 2010 to 2013. He was the District 15 Brooklyn School Board member in 1999 and the New York City Council member representing Brooklyn from 2002 to 2009. He was a mayor of New York City from 2014 to the present, and he's had about 22 years public service. He's debuting a program to grant New York City ID cards to undocumented residents to allow city services, and he's pushed for a New York City climate plan, which is very progressive, and a fair fix to the tax plan. He will also be trying to seek education reform, expanding healthcare access, addressing the climate change, reducing income inequality. The next candidate is Michael Bennet. He was born November 28, 1964. He's 54 years old. Was born in New Delhi, India. His father was the ambassador, or a fellow from there, and his education includes Bachelor of Arts in History from Wesleyan University in 1987, a law degree from Yale Law School in 1990. He was the aide to Ohio Governor Richard Celeste in 1988 to 1990. He was a law clerk for the Fourth Circuit of Appeals and associate to Washington, D.C. Attorney Lloyd Cutler. He was the counsel to Deputy Attorney General during the Clinton administration, the U.S. Attorney in Connecticut, managing director of the Ann Schultz Investment Company, advisor to John Hickenlooper's successful Denver mayoral campaign, and served as the Denver mayor's chief of staff. He was superintendent of the Denver Board of Education of Denver Public Schools from 2005 to 2009. He was also is a U.S. Senator from Colorado from 2009 to the present. He has about 31 years public service. He plans on turning around he did turn around the failing school system of Denver Public Schools and advocated for renewable energy. He's going to be pushing for Medicare X, co-sponsor of the Dream. He was a co-sponsor of the Dream Act and the Equality Act and the Green New Deal. Now, he does seek for a public option for health care, expanding tax credits for the middle class, wealth inequality, repairing America's infrastructure, and banning former Congress members from lobbying. Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang was born January 13, 1975. He's 44 years old. He's from Shinkantandy, New York. I totally butchered that. And he has a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from Brown University in 1996. He has a law degree from Columbia Law School, 1999. And he was a corporate lawyer for Davis, Polk, and Wardwell from 1999 to 2000. He started a startup healthcare startgiving.com company as an entrepreneur and the vice president of MFF Systems Incorporated from 2000 to 2006. He was the CEO of Manhattan Test Prep from 2006 to 2009 and the founder and CEO of Venture for America from 2011 to 2017. He has 6 years public service. He's known for, during the Obama administration, being selected as a champion of change in 2012 and a presidential ambassador to the global entrepreneurship in 2015. He will be pushing for universal basic income, Medicare for all, addressing automation, reforming tax codes, criminal justice reform, and expanding access to education. Our last candidate is Jay Inslee. He was born February 9th, 1951. He's 68 years old, and he was born in Seattle, Washington. He has a Bachelor of Arts in Economics from University of Washington, 1973, a law degree from Willamette University School of Law, 1976. He was a lawyer at Peters, Schmaltz, Leiden, and Fowler in Selah, Washington, as a prosecutor from 1977 to 1987. He was a member of the U.S. House of Representatives from 1993 to 95 and 1999 to 2012. He was the regional coordinator for the Department of Health and Human Services, a member of the Washington House of Representatives from 1989 to 1993, and the governor of the state of Washington from 2012 to the present. He has 26 years public service, and he's known for putting his attention to climate change and serving as the chair on the Governors Association for the 2018 election cycle. He signed the Human Compost Bill just recently in 2019 and introduced an initiative in Initiative 1631, a carbon tax that was rejected in 2018. He will be pushing for addressing climate change, achieving 100% clean energy, the Climate Corps, and expanding healthcare access. All right, now we have covered all 20 candidates. You can go into these debates feeling more informed and able to discuss with those you decide to watch with tonight. This is July 30th. The first debate is tonight, and we just covered night 2. Until later, like and subscribe, and I'll have more information in the future. Thank you.